What if I told you that this, and this were all fish? Most of you didn't take that claim seriously. Many people I asked didn't take this question seriously either. However, there is more to my claim than just me saying that we are fish, so let me tell you what I mean. As anyone with a first grade education knows, all life on Earth evolved. In this chain of evolution, a group of animals known as the Tetrapods evolved in the late Devonian 367 million years ago. And guess what? You're a tetrapod. That clearly isn't enough information, so I should first explain what a fish is. A fish is, well, the word fish is really a catch-all term. Yet fish don't have a taxonomic group like, let's say, mammals, birds, and reptiles. Fish is actually a word used to describe animals that usually live underwater, have gills, and fins. Fish groups include classes like Placodermi, Cladistics, Actinopterygii, Sarcopterygii, and the superclass Agnatha. You belong to Sarcopterygii, or in simpler terms, the lobe-finned fish. So what gives me the audacity to sit here and say that these are our ancestors? Well, a few things. First and foremost, we should talk about the homologous structure in the tetrapod's limbs. Every tetrapod with a limb has these structures. Each have 5 digits, also known as the pentadactyl limb, radius, ulna, humerus, and carpal bones. If you compare the bones of an eagle, whale, frog, crocodile, and domesticated human, you will notice the pattern. Evolution has used these structures and turned them into various different forms with different functions. Think of it like making different variations of a burger. While evolution was great enough to use one structure and make different functions out of them, fate was fortunate enough to leave us evidence and clues on how these structures evolved. This is thanks to special fossils known as transitional fossils. I talked about them a bit in my Sarcopterygii video, but I will talk about them more here than in that video. It all starts with a special little fish known as Eusthenopteron. Now looking at this fish, you might be thinking that it's just a plain old average looking fish. However, this isn't the case. Take a look at its fin. It might not be clear at first sight, but this fin has the blueprints of what will become the homologous structure in tetrapod limbs. Fast forward 10 million years later and you will meet this amazing fish known as Tiktaalik. In Tiktaalik, the homologous structures are becoming more apparent. However, they still aren't there. Acanthostega and Ichthyostega are next. Both of these animals have every part of the tetrapod homologous structure. However, Acanthostega was a bit more primitive, as the animal's digits still weren't attached to the carpal bones. I can already hear some of you saying, sure, that is major evidence of how lobe-finned fish became tetrapods, but how do I have the audacity to say that we are fish? Well, that comes down to the semantics of taxonomy. There's a word I should explain, and that's monophyly. What is monophyly? Well, monophyly is when you take a taxonomic group and group it with its descendants. So when you take a lobe-finned fish and classify that with its descendants, we would be a fish. However, this isn't the only word you should know. Another important word for this video is cladistics. This word actually provides somewhat of an explanation for why monophyly works. Cladistics is a method used to categorize organisms in taxonomic groups based on their shared traits. So remember when I talked about the homologous structures? Yeah, that is one example. Another, believe it or not, is lungs. And I ain't talking about just tetrapodomorphs, even coelacanths, though their lungs don't function. So this is able to connect these groups together. This is all a bit confusing, but I assure you, I can clear some of it up. Even though tetrapods are fish, they aren't modern fish, or even necessarily the older fish. Each and every tetrapod is a unique kind of fish. Many of them, like us, are gill-less, warm-blooded, land-dwelling, hairy fish. So the last word you should know is paraphyly. This taxonomic classification allows organisms to be separated from their ancestral groups. Let's use apes as an example. Take this makeshift tree here. This taxonomic tree is monophyletic, if you wanted to group this point and every point down the road as part of it. However, if you wanted to separate gorillas based on their differences from other apes, then that would be paraphyletic. So think of it like this. You are a fish, but you're a special kind of fish. Taxonomy is like a wooden bridge. If only one piece is missing, you can't cross it. Each and every piece of the bridge is important in defining life. So in order for us to be able to be a vertebrate, you have to be connected by everything in between that leads up to us. Okay, I don't know how to end this video. I know, with some jokes. What do you call a fish with a tie? Sophisticated. What did the fish say when he posted bail? I'm off the hook. What do terrible fish used to sing? Auto-tuna. Okay, sorry for all the bad fish puns. Guess I'm guilty.
You suck!
Alright, I think I overstayed my welcome. See ya. Before. Well, this is here to tell you that you should like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I also have a Facebook and Twitter if you want to follow those as well. Alright, that's pretty much it. See ya.